Hi, my name is Miguel.
Too fast. If you make a mistake, you count to 5. It's time for editing to do it, and then you start.
Hi, my name is Raresh Mijocaru. I'm studying dentistry in Craiova, Romania, and today I have a huge honor. He is one of my favorite dentists, after my mother, of course. He is a surgeon, he is a TV host, he is a well-known doctor. Without any further ado, I introduce Dr. Miguel Stanley.
Hey man.
Thank you so much for meeting you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
I have together my mother, Dr. Mijocaru, Diana, and Daniela. Dr. Stanley, the whole world knows you. You are on internet, you are an international speaker. I follow you on social media since a long time ago. What's your secret for all this?
Hard work.
Hard work.
I'm very fortunate to work with a lot of students like yourself, and I met Daniela here in Tunisia. Remember? Was that Tunisia? No, the IADS is an organization that I started with in Tunisia about 3 years ago, and I had this amazing story because I was there on the stage and I came off and there was about 5 or 6 young dentists and they asked me this question, and it was after my lecture. I was in a hotel, we were having some beers, and I was looking down at these kids and I was just telling my story, and I must have spent about half an hour to tell them the story, and when I looked up there was like quiet, you could hear a pin drop. And I think the biggest question is exactly that. We live in a society of speed. I remember having a phone that you'd have to go, and a fax that would take an hour to go through. And I grew up in a society where things took time. And nowadays, if you don't have 4G, you get upset with your phone. If your TV is not fast enough, if your computer is not fast enough. And this is changing the younger generation's brains to think that things can happen fast. And on top of it, we live in a society that idolizes instant fame, and you've got the Kardashians, and you've got people that are famous just for being famous. And I think it's great. I think Facebook has changed the world, and social media has changed the world. But I had a TV show that was seen by millions of people before Facebook was invented. And that's it was crazy. I didn't know I could do that, and I think it was a combination of no fear at all, and I knew that when I was going to do this that I might even lose everything, but I didn't have anything to lose. And when you have nothing to lose, you can take better gambles. I was a kid. I was 30 years old, 27, 30. I was about 30. I had nothing to lose, so I went for it, and I think that was a defining moment in dentistry, and it was really important for my country to be able to change the perception of what dentists can do and what the patients, because dentistry in Portugal in 1998 was extractions and fillings and stuff, and I wanted to change that. I'd spent a lot of money on my education, and I wanted people to know that you could do a lot more with dentistry. And it's not easy, it comes at a price. So I lost, what did I lose? I lost the respect of almost every single dentist in my country. Alright, so ask why I'm never invited to speak in Portugal.
Well, it's a blast for us coming to Romania and Bucharest, right? You can see.
So what I'm trying to say is, how does it happen? Man, it happens over time. It happens. I'm not political. I am not. I'm not argumentative. You know how some dentists, they think if they sit there and they argue with you that gives them importance.
Yeah.
I'm not argumentative. Dentistry is like art. It's art. So you could want to do something, you have a problem, you will solve it your way. With your skills, with the products and materials that you know how to use, and I'm sure you'll do a great job your way. I will do it my way, with my experience, my products, my materials. I can never criticize your way, unless it's crazy, unless it's not, you know, scientifically proven. So I see a lot of arrogancy in dentistry. I see a lot of these celebrity dentists who are actually really rude. And there's no room for arrogance anymore in dentistry. So I think one of the things that I do is I'm trying to be nice to everybody. I just forget everybody's name, but yeah, I'm not perfect.
Yeah, you said dentistry is a work of art, and indeed it is. But you know, art usually takes time. Do your patients have time for this work of art you're doing?
All right, that's a great question. Well, first and foremost, in 2006, up till 2006, I was running a clinic. So in my clinic, we have about 40 people for only 6 dental chairs. We have a lot of organization. I mean, it's crazy. I run a very expensive practice. I live in a poor country too, but I'm very fanatical about the way we run our business. And in 2006, I treated a very powerful businessman in our country. And he came in and he had a lot of problems. And I said, he came in, I need you to fix this tooth here. So I took an x-ray, and the tooth had a little cavity that was getting some food stuck, easy problem, but the tooth behind had a cyst, bad root canal with a cyst. And I said, man, we've got to fix this. He said, just fix the hole. And I fixed the cavity, I did a restoration. And I said, but you've got, next time you come in, we have to do like a redo the root canal, maybe do an apical surgery. Yeah. Didn't see him for 3 years. And then one day we're at a big social event, and I'm there, and it's like 50 people in the room, and he goes, hey Stanley, that tooth you fixed is hurting me. Oh. Do you think he remembered my conversation? Do you think he remembered that it was the tooth behind?
No.
All he remembers, the last time I went to the dentist, in that area, you did work on my mouth. So that's when I decided I wasn't going to be a hairdresser dentist anymore. So a hairdresser dentist is somebody who does what the patient wants them to do. So to answer your question, my patients have time because if they don't, I don't treat them.
Simple.
So I lose 50% of my patients. People that don't have time, that don't respect what I'm doing, that don't want to do what I want to do, that don't give me carte blanche, I don't treat them.
Simple. So I'm the 3rd year now at university, and it was a bit hard for me to decide what I want to do when I was 18 years old. What was the click moment for you when you knew that you wanted to be a dentist?
Man, you saw me last night on stage. I still don't know if I want to be a dentist. I'm still figuring that out. Look, man, we live in an ever-changing world. We live in a world that is not very stable right now. So just worry about the next 2 to 3 years. Don't worry about the rest of your life. Make mistakes, man. People say, you know, I've been making mistakes for 18 years as a dentist, and that's why I make fewer mistakes. But I'm still in a business sense. I'm still making mistakes. So don't worry about getting it right. Don't worry about getting it right. Worry about at least getting something wrong, because then at least you're doing something. All right, and a lot of kids come out. It's important. A lot of kids come out of university. What am I going to do? I want to study perio. I want to study ortho. I want to study.
Take your time.
Just, you know what? Go to Africa, treat some teeth for a year. Go and work for free in a clinic in any country around the world. I mean, I would clean the floor of a clinic if I had to, just to be able to see somebody work. You know, and I did, and just it comes. There's no answers. It comes slowly, and very important to answer the final part of your question, which is, why buy a Ferrari if where you live there are no roads? And this is my sentence, and the reason why is, you see a lot of people going to study something that has no practical use in their demographics. So study something that has a practical, financial application in your community. So if your community cannot afford complex oral rehabilitation, study fillings, but do the best fillings in the world.
Exactly. And we are approaching the final stage of the interview. My colleagues, I'm going home now, and my colleagues would like to know, and me included, what should we do? Should we learn dentistry from books? Should we learn dentistry from webinars? Should we go to congresses around the world, or go in the dentist office? Which is the best track we can follow after we end?
You know, before you get married, you need to date a lot of girls. Why? So you know that what you know is good. And even then, it's difficult. What I'm trying to say here is, learn from as many different sources as you can. Learn from school, online. You've got great platforms like Dental XP, you've got Dental Tubules from the UK, my good friend Drew. You've got ITI, you've got Stanley. There's a lot of stuff online. There's a lot of hardworking dentists doing a lot of incredible work. You can learn a lot of good things on Facebook. You can learn a lot of bad things on Facebook. But there's nothing like real life, man. Just you see, I would like in the future. And this is the first time I'm ever saying this on camera.
Thank you.
This is really cool. So, this needs to go viral.
Yeah.
I would like to see amongst some of the top speakers in the world, how many hours they spend in the chair treating patients. Because there's a lot of guys, they lecture so much. I'm like, when do you have time to actually work?
It's my question.
Because me, I work Monday to Friday every single day for 16 years. I see, my clinic, we see over 200 patients a week. I'm there, I'm active, we discuss, I know all of them by name, I know every single x-ray by heart, and that's in my head. You know, I'm not a prima donna that walks around and has other people work for me. So I'm in the chair 16 hours a day, and then what do I sacrifice? I sacrifice my weekends. I've spent 2 weekends at home this year. It's tough, it's not easy. But I'm just very curious, you know, it's important that actually are in the battlefield. Not people that are just in the universities saying, I know, what do you know? How many hours can you prove to me that you can teach me what you know? Because just having diplomas on the wall is nothing. If you are in the battlefield and you have scars, because dentistry is not about working on models. It's about dealing with people that have emotions, that have financial issues, that have, you know, blood, saliva, sweat, pain, tears, family, horrible husbands, horrible wives, and it's a very aggressive job. And that makes you a better dentist by really working hard. So I would say learn as much as you can, but the only true filter of greatness is time in the chair.
Great. When can we see you again? When students can see you again? Where are you lecturing next?
When am I lecturing next? That's a good question. I will be at the British Dental Association in Manchester at the end of this month, and then I will be at the Implant Summit for XP in New York City at the NYU on the 17th of August. Then I will be at the FDI in Poznan with my good friend Ivo Domagala from the IADS in September.
Great.
And then I will be in Cairo in Sename. I think that's in November or October, or November, it's November. And yeah, that's what I can remember so far.
I'm trying to make it in Poznan.
Poznan.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Poznan is amazing. A big shout out to everyone in Poznan, amazing people. And again, this is cool, this is fun.
Thank you so much.
And I just think that take no prisoners on your path to success.
Thank you so much.
You're a smart guy, you're a good guy, and you know, you have a great mom here that helps you.
Thank you very much.
You know,
Thank you very much.
and the best learning starts at home.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you.